friends, it's Gwen. I hope everybody had an amazing Christmas. I'm actually pre-filming this because I am going out of town for Christmas, and I've already received all of the books that I am going to receive for Christmas. So I just thought I will go ahead and do my December book haul today for you. And also I only have this video and one more in the year 2015. I cannot believe it. Another year over. This year has gone really fast, and I think it was a combination of the spring semester, the summer, and getting married and going on my honeymoon and getting back from that, and then another crazy super hard semester at school. So I have this stack of books here, and I actually didn't purchase a lot of these myself. I received a lot of them in various ways, and I'm very grateful for all of the books that I have received. I have to warn you, these aren't in any order. I'm going to have some from one person in the beginning and some at the end, because I've been doing reviews and trying to organize and stuff like that. So it's not in any order. But I have some books to show you, so let's jump right in. So let's see, the first three books that I will show you I got from a book swap that I did. Amber, thank you so much. She sent me The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torrey, and this is a book that I've seen around BookTube so many times, especially on Sylvia's channel at Wish Fulfillment, and I've been wanting to read this, so I'm really excited. I finally have my copy, Sylvia, and hopefully I'll be reading it in the new year. She also sent me The Book Thief, which, I mean, you guys know, everybody loves this book. I heard it is a tearjerker. I have not seen the movie yet because I have been waiting to read the book. I'm really anxious and excited about all the feels that I'm going to feel when I read this book. And then she also sent me a trade, and that is Witches Volume 1. This is something that I really wanted for like Halloween time, but of course, I didn't get it around Halloween time, but Amber was kind enough to send it to me, so thank you so much, Amber. I'm really excited with these three books that she sent me, and I've been wanting them for a while, so I finally have my hands on them, and I couldn't be more excited. Let's pause for the dogs. Okay, so my public library here locally does a 52 book pickup challenge, and it's for any age. You're just supposed to read 52 books a year. They do it differently every year. Like last year they had many challenges for like a month, like read autobiographies or read, you know, memoirs, just things like that. This year they just kind of said free for all, read whatever you want to read. You just have to track your books, not only on Goodreads, but they have like their own little system that you have to put the book into, and you rate it, and you have to write at least a 2-sentence review for it to count. And if you read 52 books, which, let's be honest, last year did not accomplish that. This year I totally did. So they have this cart that all of the books are there, and you can kind of choose any book that you want. And I saw one that I wanted immediately, but I checked the other books just in case, and sure enough, I came out with White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And this, I have been wanting to read some of her work. I know she's a very popular author, but this is my first book that I have from her, and that's why specifically I wanted it. And plus, like, it seems like it's gonna be steamy. So I did get to see her. I didn't necessarily meet her, but I did see her at the Baltimore Book Festival, and she had like a table set up of like swag and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm excited about it. And yeah, for my uppercase subscription box this month, I got Not If I See You First by Eric Lindstrom, and I have heard mixed things about this. I was initially really excited about it when I opened it up in my uppercase subscription box because the main protagonist is blind. I mean, this is like Braille if you can't tell. And it is raised, so I thought that was really cool. But so I was really excited that someone was blind in a YA book, and the cover just sounded like they weren't like a weak blind person. I'll just read you a little bit in the beginning. It says, "The rules, don't deceive me, ever, especially using my blindness, especially in public. Don't help me unless I ask. Otherwise, you're just getting in the way or bothering me. Don't be weird, seriously. Other than having my eyes closed all the time, I'm just like you, only smarter." So I was like, yes. So not like a blind weakling, you know, like a strong blind protagonist. So I'm really excited about it. But I have heard that it doesn't live up to the synopsis, which I'm a little sad about because I only read that little bit, what I just read you. I didn't read the rest because I didn't want to be spoiled, and I kind of wanted to go into it blind. Get it? That was bad. Anyway, yeah, so I have this and I am excited about it, but I'm a little hesitant. So we'll see what happens. This is where it starts kind of getting crazy and all out of order. Okay, so I went to my local Goodwill and I found a copy of 13 Little Blue Envelopes. I actually picked this up and I wrote, I've already read this book actually, and I have written a review, but I picked this up for a few reasons. First of all, I got it for $1. Second of all, it had this little envelope in here that someone has annotated all of their notes on, and it's actually like, it starts here and it goes to here. You can't really see, but focus there. You can see. And then they wrote it on this side and this. So I was like, oh my gosh, how cool is it going to be able to read someone else's thoughts? And then also they highlighted in the book in pink highlighter, which normally I don't highlight in my books, and I usually don't annotate in my books unless they're for school. But I was so excited to read it, like, and think I was going to be able to hear somebody else's thoughts about the books as they were reading it, because they wrote page numbers and since it's envelopes, like they did like number 1, number 2. So it was really cool. But then I have heard great things from Sylvia at Wish Fulfillment and Cece, and I forget her channel name. Sorry, Cece. But yeah, they both read it and loved it. And I just really wanted, I mean, it's contemporary, so like, why not? And like I said, it was a freaking $1. But you'll hear more about this in my wrap up, so I'll stop talking about it right now. Okay, I got sent Ali Strom and the Ring of Solomon by Justin Sloan. Justin contacted me. This is a middle grade series. I think it's a trilogy. I know the first and second book are out, and the third book is just coming out, or sorry, I forget. But I read briefly what it was about, and it just sounds really cute and really magical and kind of like a fantasy for middle grade. But I do want to just comment on the cover real quick. And the Ring of Solomon, and then she's wearing this necklace. So I'm kind of confused by the cover. I'll give it a read hopefully in the new year, because I am supposed to review it for him. And it is middle grade, so I should be able to, read it fairly quickly. But I mean, I'm excited about it. A little middle grade. So that it looks like the second book is Ali Strom and the Sword of Spirit, because it has a picture right here in the back. So I don't know if any of you have heard of this. If you have, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, just look for my thoughts on it when I review it. I also got sent this from the publisher. It's a children's book. If you don't know, I'm a kindergarten teacher. I teach in a preschool with a private kindergarten program. I was just substituting while I was in school, but I'm hoping to go back there full-time very soon. More on that later. But basically there are nap times for the younger kids, not the kindergartners, obviously, but for all of the other kids in the school. And sometimes there are difficulties getting that child to sleep. And this book says that it's a new way of getting children to sleep, and it's called The Rabbit Who Wants to Fall Asleep by Carl Johan Forcine. He has the longest name ever. But anyway, it's written in a way, there's actually like instructions to this book on how to read it. There's words that are bolded that you should emphasize the word or sentence. The italics text means that you should read the word or sentence with a slow and calm voice. Some parts of the book have brackets with actions, and it says name, where you're supposed to say the child's name. And then you can say the name of the rabbit Roger as Roger with 2 yawns. And he does say in here that it is especially structured sentences and choices of words that can appear unusual in the text, but they're intended to be that way since they have a psychological purpose. And even though that is said, I have to say this is one of the most creepy books I've ever tried to read. When I did actually read this, I was tired when I got it. So when I started reading it, I did take a nap after that. So I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying it sounds like you're being hypnotized, or like you're trying to hypnotize the child. I don't know. As you start reading it, it is very strangely written. It does feel like you're trying to hypnotize the child. I have heard that the audiobook is a bit better because you're not having to like fight through reading it, because the tenses change and it's just strange. But the graphics and the illustrations are so endearing. Like, how cute is that? I mean, really, the illustrations are what shine in this. I love the illustrations, but I don't think I would recommend this as a book. I think if you want to try it, give it a chance on audiobook. I have heard stories of it working and it not working. I haven't had a chance to try it out on any of the kids in my life, but I mean, I guess if you get desperate enough, try it. But I think there's probably other books that like normal books that you can read that will put a child to sleep. But last case scenario, you can always give it a try. A couple coloring books this month. I got sent this from Blogging for Books, and I have flipped through and reviewed it. It is Every Little Thing, a flat vernacular coloring book by Peyton Coswell Turner. This book is not getting a lot of likes from people because of the whimsical, simple, organic, raw drawings in here. I don't know. I do remember reading somewhere when I got this book for review, when I requested it being something about 80s. And I was like, oh my goodness, a coloring book with the 80s, that would be so cool. But after I got it and flipped through it, it doesn't have anything to do with the 80s, so I don't know if I'm like making that up in my head or not. And it doesn't say anything about the 80s anywhere on the book. But then in some of the other reviews that I have read, I have seen other people mention the same thing. So we obviously got that idea from somewhere. There are a few, and I mean very few, 80s references in here. On the front page, you can kind of see some popples and maybe some other toys from the 80s. Chutes and ladders, things like that. But overall, what you see on this cover is exactly what you'll get. It has very loose, like some people would call it almost sloppy, but to me it's very minimalist and very organic. But I have to say, this is a combination of minimalism and some psychedelic mushroom trip. Because some of these layouts and designs and things that she has chosen to pair together are quite interesting. I think my favorite one that just made me laugh so much was this butterfly page. So it has butterflies, butter, and flies, and then toast with butter on it. I just think that is hilarious. And not a lot of fine detail in this one. It's very open and loose. Another just repetitious pattern. Oh, I thought this one was funny. The crabs with the Old Cove instead of like Old Bay, and then the little mallets. And then I want to find the one that people were like complaining about, like, I don't get it. Oh, here's one that they're, okay, I won't show you the one that I thought I was going to, but here's one with cats, and I don't know what the wand thing is, and then like telephones, and people were saying they didn't get it. Hello, cat call. Like, haven't you ever heard of cat calling? But anyway, they didn't get that. But yeah, it's all kind of, there was the page I was going to show you, but it's all kind of like organic, loose. I haven't colored anything in here yet, but it seems to be like this standard thickness. It is white instead of like a creamy color. And I really like it. So if you like minimalism, lots of white space, kind of hilarious page layouts that like make you think, I really enjoyed it. Other people haven't. I actually kind of prefer this to some of the more detailed ones, actually. So I really like it. Yeah. I got sent this from Bethany House, unsolicited. They just sent it to me in the mail. Opens it up, and it was a coloring book. And this one is called Live Loved, an adult coloring book by Margaret Frenberg or Feenberg. And this is one that is for Christians. It has a very rather detailed introduction about why she wrote this book, and it's basically about learning to be loved, growing your relationship with God, spending time remembering passages, deepening and growing your relationship, memorizing, commit Bible passages to memory to deepen your faith, express your love for God and the Bible through creativity, strengthen relationships, and invite others to create alongside you, and then show your artistry. There's a whole section-y thing about it. But what I do like about it is it has like these tumbler, like, you know, frames, and then it has the scripture right here. But on the opposite page, it has the verse, and it says pray and reflect in the verse, and it tells you, you know, where it's from. And then it has just like this lined page. Oh, you really can't see that, but it's kind of lined. It's like dots, not really lined, but lined so you can like write notes or your thoughts or just kind of journal. And then it has the picture, and it's just like that throughout the whole thing. Everyone has the scripture and then a place for you to color it as well. So if you're a Christian, if you go to church, if you're, you know, anxious and you need to grow your relationship with God, I would pick this up because I like the Tumblr inspired frames with the passages from the Bible in there and the place to journal and think about your thoughts. I'm a Christian myself, so I really enjoy this. Way earlier in the month, I got sent this Bookcase Club box for review. I was trying to review as many boxes as I could for you guys before the holiday season. I know this is coming to you late. I'm sorry, but maybe you still have a holiday gift to get even though it's after Christmas, like someone you forgot or a birthday present or something like that. This box, I did do a full write-up on my blog about it, and I think it just went out a few days ago. But inside they have 6 different boxes that you can choose from. I chose the Teenage Dreams, which is they pick 2 YA books for you. Every month you get 2 books, and that's all you get. 2 books and a letter from them. And of course I got it in Christmas time, so I'm sure that's why it has the snowflakes on it. Inside it has a little synopsis of the books and then a personalized written letter. The 2 books that I got, the first one is by Jennifer Rush. It's called Altered, and I'm not a fan of the man on the cover, but I am a fan of this shiny black tree-ish branch thing, and then it continues like on the back. So that's really cool. I don't really know much about it, but thank you so much. And then this book I actually am really excited for. It is Etiquette, Espionage, Finishing School, Book the First, and this is by Gail Carriger. Both of these books I think came out in 2013, so these were like older books that they sent, so they don't necessarily send new releases. I really want to read this. If you can't tell, it just has that like steampunky feel on it. And then on the back, it was blurbed by Marie Lu that said it's absolutely charming, comical, and full of whimsy. It's the perfect steampunk version of Harry Potter. Sold. Sold, sold, sold. Thank you, Marie Lu. But it also says, it's one thing to learn to curtsy properly. It's quite another to learn to curtsy and throw a knife at the same time. Welcome to finishing school. So excited about it. And yeah, I really want to get to it really soon. The cover of this is amazing. This is covers done right, people. Covers done right. Thank you to the Bookcase Club for sending me this. I hope that they've had a chance to read over my review. You can find them on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and they of course have a website. All of that information is on that post if you're interested. Now I will go into the books that I got for Christmas. My dad sent me 2 boxed sets. He sent me the Giver Quartet. So excited about this, to have my hands on all of the books. They are the hardcover versions, but they are the library binding, which I wasn't quite expecting. So it doesn't have a dust jacket, it's just the book. But I usually take off the dust jackets when I read anyway, so I'm kind of okay with it. But the covers are really cool. They kind of went with like the original covers, but they did like colors, and they did print the little... Anyway. So, from Lois Lowry, I got The Giver, Gathering Blue, Messenger, and Sun. If you don't know, The Giver was my favorite book of this year and of my lifetime. Also inside, which I was not expecting, so I was really excited about, there is a map of the Giver world. All of the different books, like, you can kind of tell what's going on and how it all kind of fits together. So I'm pumped about that. So thank you so much, Dad, for this. You know I have been anxiously awaiting this. And then I'm kind of a little sad about this part, but my dad tried to surprise me and get me the Miss Peregrines box set. It's a trilogy, Miss Peregrines, Hollow City, Library of Souls. It has the 12 photographs in it. And yeah, of course, I had already purchased it myself. So I was so sad that my dad was trying to surprise me and I already bought it. But that means giveaway. So look out for that. But I'm so happy that my dad sent this to me, because now when I read it, I'll think, my dad sent me this. I got from BookMooch. It's Speak by Lauren Anderson, and it's secondhand. Someone sent it to me from BookMooch. It's basically like a paperback swap or a books for trade. It's online. It's a free website that you list books, you send books to people, you get points, you can get books from other people. So yeah, one of the first books I requested and received was Speak, so I'm really excited about that because I've heard it's like pulls at your heartstrings. I received Owls, Our Most Charming Bird by Matt Sewell for review, and this book was a lot tinier than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be like coffee table book size, but it wasn't. I have already read and reviewed this book, so I will link that down below, but it's basically like little watercolor sketches of different owls and then a little anecdote about them. They can range from descriptions of the bird to jokes to like witty humor. It wasn't exactly what I was thinking it was going to be, so we're down to the last two books. Okay, so I got, oh yeah, so when I went to that Goodwill that I got 13 little blue envelopes from, I also picked up for $1 a really nice copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It just looks like I read it. I mean, it's not damaged in any way. It's not like in perfect condition, but the pages are still really crisp. There's no highlighting or underlining or drawing. There's no inscription inside. It's just, it's in really good condition. I doubt the person ever read it. But now I have it, and it has a home that's going to take care of the little baby. Last but certainly not least, if you are following me on Instagram, you will see that I picked up a copy of the illustrated edition of Harry Potter. I am behind on this because a lot of people got it when it first came out, but some of us are broke and didn't get it when it first came out. But I ended up getting it for like $25 at Target, so that totally made up for it. But yeah, I got this, and I have not, I mean, I've seen a few pictures of people flipping through, but I'm trying to save the illustrations for when I read it because I'm really excited about it. I really enjoyed reading the first book. I just read the first book this year for like the very first time ever, and I think this will be like a good reread for me to be able to read it like this. And those illustrations, though, are so beautiful. Magical books. So those are all of the wonderful books that I got in the month of December. Like I said, I'm filming this early, but it's going to be posted the day after Christmas, so I hope you had a Merry Christmas. I hope you've enjoyed this book haul. I know it was a lot, but lucky for me, I just got a lot of books this month. It's coming. I have one more video this year. I'm going to be doing my December wrap up and my resolution. It's going to be kind of like a yearly wrap up. It's going to be my December wrap up. I'm retouching on my book reading goals, bookish goals that I made last year for this year, and then I'm going to talk about any new goals that I might have. So look forward to that. I think it's going to be posted on December 30th. I haven't filmed it yet, so I think that's when I'll post it. But anyway, I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I hope you've enjoyed my book haul, and I'll see you again soon.